Well, behind closed doors, a third of Peoria's murder victims last year died at the hand of a loved one, killed by domestic violence.
The family of one of those victims wants to turn their tragedy into hope for battered men and women. Matt Sheehan explains their push to bring changes in law enforcement and the justice system.
Violence in Peoria hit near record levels in 2019 with 25 homicides and just under 100 shooting victims. But it wasn't just on the streets. It also affected many families right at home. On Valentine's Day of 2019, 30-year-old Kayla Fannin was killed in a murder-suicide by her ex-boyfriend David Jenkins. Loved ones say they are still recovering from losing her.
Her family is now going through counseling. It's had some health issues on some of her family members. Her kids are devastated. They've had birthday parties and holidays.
Randy Southey was friends with Kayla Fannin. She tells me the night before she was killed, Kayla called Peoria police saying Jenkins was sending her threatening messages. The 14th of every month, Fannin's loved ones meet in front of the Peoria Police Department to remember her. Southey read aloud letters friends and family members who say that day will forever stay with them.
Valentine's Day will forever be a haunting memory for me. Pure evil that happened that day in 2019. Most importantly, 4 beautiful, innocent children no longer have their mother due to domestic violence.
Carol Myrna with the Center for Prevention of Abuse says witnessing acts of domestic violence can affect people for the rest of their lives.
If you look at a child who maybe even just has witnessed violence, it's called an adverse childhood experience, and that can actually affect their physiology. It can shorten their life for up to 20 years. They can be more prone to addictions. They can be more prone to illnesses.
Myrna says the center is a safe place for victims to come and regain power over their own lives.
We also want to restore the liberty. They've lost their autonomy, and we want to make sure that they know that they have power, that they have the strength, and that they have the courage.
Out of the 25 homicides in Peoria last year, 8 of these were domestic violence related. So how can law enforcement stop these crimes? Peoria Police Chief Laura Marion says it's not easy. He adds it's important that if you see something, and say it quickly before it becomes too late.
As soon as they see something, I don't care if it's the first time or the 14th time, as soon as they see something, give us a call and let us investigate it.
Randy Southey hopes that from Kayla's story, it will change how police respond to future domestic cases and how the justice system deals with them.
Domestic violence victims, they go through a lot, and their abusers, they just basically get a smack on the hand and get set back out.
In 2017, the Illinois Coalition Against Domestic Violence showed there were 3 domestic violence homicides in the Tri-County area. That means in 2019, domestic violence homicides were over double that amount just in Peoria. If you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, the Center for Prevention of Abuse urges you to reach out to them to get help. Call the crisis hotline at 1-800-559-7233.